The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Dante.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am, sir, you. Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Donta and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness, so share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Donta Morrison's website, www.dontamorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Donta. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Donta and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
Smooth. Go ahead and do it.
No advertising.
That was it?
Wrap it up.
Oh. So Dana was supposed to give y'all the schmoove, but he didn't do it. That was the opening thing, a schmoove. But
A schmoo.
yeah, a schmoo, but he didn't do it. So here we are. Happy Monday, y'all. Welcome to the Donta Show. I'm a bit annoyed because I can't log into my Facebook account because they have all those 2, 3, and 4, and 5-way authentications. So if you are watching us on YouTube or on Facebook, please go ahead, share, like, and invite your friends, family, cousins, and loved ones to watch the Donta Show on tonight. We are glad to be live, glad to be back, and glad to have you with us one more again. So I'm going to ask you this, wherever you're watching from, go ahead and type in the comment sections and let me know you was in his house. What's up, Joe McClain? Listen, Joe, I got beef with you and your city. Chicago, I don't know what's going on with Chicago. Before we get into the whole Steelers, Squealers, unicorn drama you and Dana got jumping up, I want to know what's happening with Chicago. Is Chicago about to be the official city of the purge? I'm trying to figure this out. And if y'all know what I'm talking about, apparently some new law is about to hit January 1st, 2023 that I ain't going to say liberates criminals or makes people who commit crimes less I forgot the word I'm going to use. I don't got
Less criminalized.
Less criminalized, but something is going on in Chicago that I hope it doesn't go nationwide. And I don't have all the information in front of me to really break it down, but I posted it on my Facebook page. So go to my Facebook page, Dante Morrison on Facebook, and I shared the link about it and what Chicago is doing. And I asked a lot of my legal friends, my lawyers, to chime in, because what I have noticed is that everyone has a law degree on social media.
Everybody.
Yeah. So,
and a therapist.
So I stay in my lane. My lane is sexual health. I know about I can run down sexual health right now. But when it comes to other things like politics and things of criminal law and whatnot, I don't know. Only thing I know about criminal law is law and order, criminal intent.
Yep.
That's all I know. I watched the first 48 religiously, and I can tell you how not to get caught. But for all intents and purposes, I try to be respectful and not give my input on things that I know nothing about, because then I will sound a fool. So I've asked a lot of my lawyer friends or folks that are really more aware of this law, what this bill is talking about, to just chime in. So do me a favor. If you are someone that knows the law or has some kind of law savvy or legal expertise, go to my Facebook page and look at the post that I made right before tonight's show, and it talks about what is going on in Chicago. So let me see. Joe chimed in. Now, Joe, are you speaking from a legal perspective, or is this just your personal opinion being I'm going to say the shy light, a Chicagoan? Joe said crooked politicians been in effect. They just making it official. They want the West Side and South Side properties. They already got East Chicago on the Indiana border. All right, so let me see if I can reflect upon. Let me see. Hold on. I think I pulled it up. So this is what is going on. So the Illinois mayor drops the hammer on new state law eliminating cash bail. Massive threat, in quotes. I'm not too savvy what cash bail and all that is about. Cheryl, man, I can't tag folks in on social media. Cheryl chimed in. Cheryl Bailey, my lawyer friend who's been on the show a few times, talked about it could be a good thing because cash bail can it can criminalize people and hold them in the system longer than necessary because they can't pay to get out. So they said, I think he talked about second-degree murder, armed robbery, stuff like that. There will be no more cash bail clause. Also, it means the police cannot try to apprehend you until I think 48 hours after, something like that. I was trying to read it, but I got lost. Basically, what it says is that people who the innocent have no way of protecting themselves, because when they call the police, they said, for example, let's just say someone is trespassing on your property. The police can no longer remove them from your property. They can just give them a citation or a ticket. So if someone breaks into your back house and they take up residence, you call the police, say, yo, is somebody in my back house? They living back there. The police will, we can give them a ticket, but we can't make them leave. So folks are going to take law into their own hands. Now, I don't understand what that will all mean, all entail, but, hopefully somebody can chime in and give us more input and more knowledge. You want to chime in? Something you want to say?
No, because if you shoot their ass, then what?
Well, if it's second degree murder, you won't, it's no bail, so you'll be out. They got 48 hours before the police can start looking for you. Again, like I said, I am not the expert. I don't know how this all works. But that is what they are saying. So yeah. So it's weird to me. I'm not sure how this all jumps off, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy. This world is coming to a slow end.
This is your deep thought?
Yeah, it's my deep thought.
Okay, so we're gonna
thinking about that all
yeah, so we're gonna move on. So moving on to the next.
No,
topic.
hold on. Before we go to this next topic, hold on, because I was gonna let him slide. He tried to slide in here with that squealer stuff. We won. A W is a W, no matter how you get it. Y'all got spanked. Did you see the picture his nephew sent to him?
No.
I tagged you in it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
With the unicorn.
I didn't see it.
How did you not see it?
Because I wasn't on social media all weekend because I was doing things.
It wasn't. I texted you, I believe.
No,
it was last week.
No, you didn't. Oh, the picture with the unicorns. Yeah. This is a you and Joe conversation.
But I'll be tagging you in it so I can have receipts.
Yeah, and Joe tags me too. Joe tagged me in a post today about the proper way to eat a grit. I thought it was very important. I thought it was a very important text. I mean, post to be quite honest with you. You know, Joe
the
gave
proper way to eat a grit.
Yes, Joe gave a very robust and profound explanation on the proper way to eat grits, and he really expounded upon the proper way to season a grit.
My God!
I thought it was important information. I thought it was something that everybody should know. Some people probably may have felt offended. They might have felt like, why is he doing this? Because the problem is we have a lot of ignorant people out there that are mis-eating grits, and until you learn how to properly eat a grit, you're going to constantly be in.
Joe.
No, I'm just saying. So Joe is not only my frat brother. Joe is my very close friend, and I think that Joe is onto something by trying to really educate these people and pull them out of that sunken place that has them putting sugar on top of grits. I think it's just foolish, you know. But it takes people like Joe. Joe is a community leader. Joe is all about Black people, and Joe is about educating and letting people know the right way to do things. And if we don't have more people like Joe that's going to just push the agenda and make sure that we have the proper grit eater out there, people are going to remain lost. So it's important. So yes, Joe tagged me in something that was pivotal, that was life-changing, and that was very constructive to the edification of the advancement of Black people, and it was very important. You tagged me in something about football. I don't watch football, but I eat a grit. So I found Joe's post to be more conducive to my life journey than your post. So I apologize for not really going deep into your post, but to Joe, I want to say thank you.
So you're a unicorn fan.
So be it. So be it. And I am still smitten by you.
Oh,
now, you want to keep digging? There. So.
Right. Thank you.
There we go. So, you know, sometimes you got to gather folks.
Gather them.
You got to gather them together.
Get them together.
They get sidetracked. So tonight we're going to have a phenomenal conversation. One thing I love to talk about is the Black community, especially when it comes to not only our upbringing, but parenting. I am not a parent. I have a lot of godchildren. I have reared a lot of young people, but I am not a parent. I do not have any biological children that I know of. If you happen to be my biological child, please hit me up. Let me know that you belong to me. I would love to meet you. But other than that, there's none that I know about. But there was a post that I saw earlier today, and it was on Twitter. I'm not sure if Kwame captured that post, but the tweet, he got it. So the tweet was by Janelle Scales, and Janelle said, people snap at their kids all day. They yell, use sarcasm, and overreact. But the minute the kid responds similarly, adults are threatening or using violence. Too many parents believe only adults are able to be disrespected, but y'all disrespect kids every day. It's awful. So I would like to get people's opinion on this. What is your thoughts about that? And how did your parenting affect your life? So this is my ask of you. Tag your friends, invite folks in. Let's have a conversation about growing up. And what did you experience growing up? A lot of us grew up, I'm not gonna say a lot of us because I didn't. A lot of people grew up in households that were, I'm not gonna say volatile, but there was passionate conversations between parent to child. You know, there was a lot of dictatorships. There was a lot of do it my way. You don't ask why, because I said so. That type of environment. Is that a healthy environment? And how did that environment affect you? Or were you raised up in a household where you were able to give your thought, give your input, and speak your mind, of course, respectfully, and be heard as a child? And how did that help you? And then how did you witness your peers that may have had conflicting ways of rearing, and you was like, wow, I don't know how you survive in that house, or wow, I wish I was in your house. So Dana, you talk about a lot about your kids and letting your kids have a voice, and also understanding that, you know, your kids are independent people that should be respected. So what is your thoughts on that tweet?
I think there's a line to where a child should be able to have their opinion. There's a limit on certain things. Certain things you shouldn't have an opinion on. Mm-hmm. I let my kids, you know, we're
you cool. Said there's certain things they should not have an opinion on, or
yeah.
should not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think, you know, they can express themselves and why, you know, why do I have to do this? Why are you telling me to do this? Mm-hmm. There's always an explanation. I explain to them, this is why you have to do this. This is why you're in trouble, because you should have done it this way. Okay. You know, it's a different way. Do I shout at them sometimes? Of course. Especially if you tell them 3 or 4 times not to do something and they continue to do it. And most of the time you're directing them not to do something because you don't want them to get hurt or harmed.
Okay.
Or if it's something I said, you know, clean that up or pick that up or fix that up, you know, and it's like, well, just get it done. Not when you want to get it done, mm-hmm. Just get it done and get it out of the way. So, and I always tell them, if you do what you got to do, you can do what you want to do. So that's my motto.
Now, what about you growing up?
Well, my mom raised 4 boys by herself, so it was different.
Okay.
So she was she had the strong arm of God. Like, I thought my mom was a prize fighter growing up.
Okay.
So, but it made me to who I am today, and my brothers. So, you know, we all came out pretty cool. You know, we turned out to be respectful gentlemen of women.
So I'm just gonna say this just to ask. So violence was necessary.
No, I'm not gonna say she was violent, but we weren't gonna run over her.
You just called her a prize fighter.
Yeah, prize fighter. She used her skills when she needed to.
She used violence.
It wasn't violence. It was like a bell went off in her head.
Yeah, to be violent.
Yeah, but it wasn't violence. Okay?
What do you call it?
I call it, like Joe said. What'd he say?
I got my ass whooped.
Yeah,
that's violence.
That's not violence.
If I whoop your ass right now, I'm vitally attacked.
No, hey, bro. I'm saying though.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying. So
yeah, saying, bring it in, bring it in.
Your mom used the fist, or the belt, or the hand, or the book, or the hot rod, hot wheel track, or whatever.
But it only went to that when we, quote unquote, in her perspective, and we probably did, ignored a direction or ignored a request, so to say. I'm not going to say an order because we're not animals.
But right now, you said that when your children, when they do things that are off kilter, you explain to them why they're in trouble or what they did that was wrong. Was there explanation in your house?
Yes, of course. But I still give my sons the right hand of fellowship too.
Okay, so you believe in physical violence.
I mean, if they want to step up.
So if they want to step up.
Well, because, I mean, if you ball your fist up, you're ready to fight. So I'm going to hit you first. I'm just saying.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying, so you believe in violence.
It's not violence.
What is it?
It's capital punishment.
Joe just said my mama tossed a lamp at me when I talk back.
But no, it's a limit to even that. It's a limit to even that with a spanking or a whooping. It's still a limit to that. Now, some parents may go too far. And I believe that's a type of bullying. In some instances, when you go too far,
because the kid can't fight back.
The kid can't fight back. But again, it's just a thin line in there because again, you don't want your kids or them to think you know punk either. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
why would the child think you're a punk?
Because if it's like if my sons, one of them come in the house with a bottle of some Hennessy or something, and I don't say nothing, it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? My dad a punk.
Ooh,
So
I'm trying to figure. So I got Christine Neal, throw something because I couldn't catch him. So your kids are running away from you. So you throw something at them. You throw a slide, a shoe, a lamp, throw something at them. So because you don't want your kids to think you're a punk.
I'm just playing.
No, you're not. You're not playing.
No, they know I'm not no punk. But what I'm saying is, I think in everything is just your approach. It always doesn't have to. Some kids need to be whooped.
Okay.
Some kids can be talked to and get it.
Some kids need to be whooped.
Yeah.
Which kids need to be whooped?
The kids that get in the water and when they come out, their hair is all still dry.
It's black kids.
Yeah. No, some white kids.
So I'm trying to. So I'm doing this because I wanna see is this generational? Is it generational? Is it a? I'm not gonna say is it a black thing because I know a lot of white kids, Latino kids that they go through physical forms of abuse and punishment or discipline. But is it generational? Do we think that physically, putting hands on a child is the right way or the best way to rear a child or to make a child understand what they should or should not be doing?
I think each kid is different, though. Each child is different.
Okay.
Each child is different. Like I said, some kids will get it through a threatening tone or talk or whatever. Mm-hmm. Some kids need a tap once in a while.
Okay.
That's just me.
All right.
Some kids need a tap.
So
did you get a tap?
I got tapped. Yeah, I got tapped.
Which we have to say tap now because we don't know who's watching.
Yeah, I got it.
Did you get a spanking?
I got a tap. I was disciplined.
Yeah.
I was disciplined. Uh-huh. And I think and when I think about discipline, and when I think about forms of discipline, as far as when it comes down to the physical aspect of it, like, oh, you think you're a man now, I'm sure you're a man, and all that kind of stuff. And when that kind of stuff happens too early, if you got this grown man, your daddy, wait till your daddy get home, and the child is 6, and you punching the child and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, that's not a spanking. That literally is child abuse. That is physical violence upon a child. But unfortunately, in a lot of families, a lot of households, we have the understanding, well, you shouldn't have got in trouble. This is a 5-year-old. This is a 6-year-old. This is a 7-year-old. They don't know what trouble is yet. I mean, some of them, yes, they know they should not have went outside and played in the dirt when they had on all white and all that kind of, all right, Joe, had on all white, whatever. But I think that when it comes down to how we discipline our kids, do we think that our kids are not able to comprehend a conversation, or do some parents not have the dialect to really push what they're trying to get the child to understand to the kid?
Well, what I think it is now, this day of time with social media, the police and violence on young black men and young black women, I think now we as parents, we have to correct the talking back and the staring at us and looking at us. Because I tell my son all the time, I said, if you stare at a referee in the NBA, if you look at a referee wrong, they're going to give you a technical foul. Mm-hmm. And you haven't even done anything. You ain't said a word. Mm-hmm. So I tell my kids, just because you're not saying anything doesn't mean that you're not being disrespectful. It's your body language, it's the talking under the breath. And we, as parents, we try to correct that because the streets don't care if you talk back to them. The police don't care. Oh, you eyeballing me, son? Oh, you got a lot of mouth. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to take you down by any means necessary. And we was in the barbershop one time, and there was this old gangster in there. And he said, I don't let these young Negroes walk up to me talking, because when they talking all this trash, it could be a form of distraction because I don't know what they're going to do next.
Okay.
So if that's not corrected at home by the parent, when they get out there in the street and do that, the street don't care. We care. So there's going to be a limit to correction that we're going to do. But the streets are going to do something, they may do something and ask questions later.
Now, is that explained?
Yes, just how I explained it. That's how I talk to my son.
Do you think most parents explain that to their kids?
I don't know. That's what I do.
I don't think most parents take the time to explain the why.
But you have to.
They don't. And I think that it's important for parents to explain the why to a child so a child can fully understand. Yeah. My thing is this: if I tell you,
but they still might not understand. So it's going to be like
repetitive,
a broken record.
Right.
Are you going to get frustrated for saying the same thing over and over? Of course. Are you going to grab him in his collar and say, hey, I just told you the other day, keep your mouth shut, stop talking back, yada, yada, yada. Yes, that may happen. But again, eventually they'll get it.
If you keep grabbing by their collar
That's
and
right.
shaking them.
That's right. Shake their dome loose. I'm just playing. But no, but if you really love your kids and you you know which one I have to get on all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the little guy, his favorite. But but no, it just it starts at home, because if you don't start it at home, it'll spill over into the streets to other people who really don't give a damn about your.
Now, let me ask you this. You said that, and I'm asking everybody out there, many out there have been disciplined as children or went through those kind of experiences. I would love to hear from somebody that did not go through that. Your parents really just, like, you never got a spanking, you know, you got talked to and all, you got time out and whatnot. Now, you said your mother raised 4 boys and, you know, she had to be kind of the strong arm of the law in the household. Do you think the way she raised you translated into how you raise your children when it comes to, you know, you have to use, you know, the physical side of it? Do you think that rolled down? Or if your mother had just given you time out or whatever, would your parenting be different?
I don't think so. I think that everything that we're taught when we're learned, we're still going to interpret it in our own way, and portray it and put our whatever we with it and, you know, make it our own. So I don't think so.
I like what Christine Neal said. Christine said most young parents don't take that time. They just don't have time to. They too busy being with their selfish ish. I agree. I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, I agree. I hate to do the whole generational thing, but we're in a different time. We're in a different season. I think I see a lot of young parents. They're more focused on making sure their child looks like a baby doll, you know, or looks good, you know, or looks older than they should, you know, for the gram and what have you. So people can say, oh my God, look a little man, look a little this, look a little that. But they're not taking the time to really raise the child. The child's going to have great imagery. The child's going to know their angles and all that kind of stuff. But the child is going to think they're an adult. And kids, I'm noticing a lot of kids are not having the opportunity to just be kids. I was talking to someone yesterday, and we were talking about just growing up, and kids going outside to play, you know, and you literally, when you're talking to my Uncle Kenny, we would say, you know, when you get up, you wake up in the morning, you do your chores and you disappear all day. You outside, you are just gone. And now a lot of kids, they don't even like going outside. They like to just really sit in front of the TV, you know, Netflix and chill, or on their games or gaming systems. They don't really go out and adventure and explore and do all that kind of stuff. Not that I see. Not saying they don't do it, but not that I see. And I think it's important for kids to just be kids and stop trying to make these kids look like adults and have adult problems in adult situations. That's just me. Pam says, I never got hit, but I got grounded a lot. And grounding can be, I mean, that can also be a form of punishment. If you're like, man, I am always on punishment. You don't know, you're not hitting me, but I can't go anywhere and I can never do anything. And you're never telling me why I'm grounded. I just made you mad, or I made you upset, or you were having a bad day and I came and asked you a question, but you had a bad day at work. So you take it out on me and now you can't go out. It's like, well, let's talk about it. And then a lot of parents don't want their kids to outthink them. It's like, Mom, Dad, are you having a bad day? Let's talk about it. You ain't my age. You don't understand what I'm going through. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Okay. Now you create this disconnect. And yes, we should keep adulting and child things separate. But at some point, your kids, they want to be communicated to. They want to feel involved. They want to feel like they're seen and not just some little token that you pull out when you want to impress your friends. You know, that's all I'm saying. Kwame said, I think it's a different world.
Yeah.
Back in your day, sex trafficking wasn't at an all-time high. Pandemics weren't on the rise. It's a different world now, and I think that should be a part of the parenting process. I agree. I mean, parent, you need to adjust to the times.
Did you see how he came for you?
Came for who?
You.
He didn't come for me.
He did. He said back in your day. He's trying to say you're old.
I am. Listen.
I'm just saying. I mean, the way he said, he didn't have to put that in there.
I own my age. I am 50. How old are you?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
So I own.
But
my
look at
age.
it. Look.
I own.
Hey, listen.
But I agree with Kwame said. Back in my day, right? Back in my day, I'm not gonna say sex trafficking wasn't a problem because I don't know. You know, right now we just have a lot of coverage about it.
Right.
But yeah, their pandemics weren't on the rise. Literally, I didn't grow up in any kind of pandemic. You know, the closest thing we got was in the 80s was the AIDS epidemic, and I didn't know what was going on, you know, but I think you're right. The world has changed and parenting needs to adjust to the change. And I think that's important for parents to stay on the pulse of what's going on and to also understand that having your kids blasted all over social media is not the smartest thing to do either.
And I think what it is now is when I was younger, when I had my daughter, I was younger, and I understand this now. Being older with my sons is when they get to a certain age, when they're going through hormone changes, they have all of these emotions and stuff going on, and there's nothing they can do with that emotion and with that feeling they may be having because they're human. They may see a little girl, they may see a little boy they may like, and their little sparks be flying everywhere, and they can't control that. So they lash out at us and things of that nature. I understand that now, but before I didn't. So I think it's a different way. Like when someone said these younger parents, a lot of younger parents now are trying to be their kids' friends,
right?
And they're not paying attention to what's really going on with the kids' bodies changing, with with the hormones and things like that. And it's like, okay, like again, my son, I'm not a morning person. I'm not. So I don't yell at my kids in the morning, get up, I don't do that. He may not be a morning person. So I go in there gently and say, hey man, time to get up. You know, do.
You don't shake them away?
No, I don't do none of that.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is people fail to realize that children are human and they have
that's all I'm trying to say. Kids are human.
And they have emotions like we do.
Too.
They just don't know how to express them
right
in a way that's respectful. And we have to teach them how to express, ask questions, and things of that nature.
Well, no, we ain't got to teach them. We got to teach parents how to relate to their kids.
Yeah, because some people talk at youth, and when you talk at them, they immediately shut out.
Because I know I did.
Yeah. So, but some kids, again, some children need tough love. It is what it is.
So you're saying some kids need to be beat?
No, not some kids need tough love.
We'll come back after commercial and unpack what tough love looks like in the eyes of Dana. So everybody go get a glass of water, glass of wine, glass of brown, whatever you got to do. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the second half of the Donta Show.
Right.
What up, everybody? We're back for the second half of the Donta Show. We're really talking about parenting, and basically it all stemmed from a tweet that I saw earlier today talking about parents that kind of like yell and curse at their kids and all this kind of stuff. And then, thank you, Kwame. People snap at their kids all day. They yell, use sarcasm, and overreact. But the minute the kid responds similarly, adults are threatening or using violence. Too many parents believe only adults are able to disrespect, but y'all disrespect kids every day. It's awful. Now, what do you think about parents that curse at their kids? You.
I don't see why somebody would curse at their kid.
It happens all the time. Sit your little,
I hear it all the time.
A down.
I hear it all the time.
You know, stop all that effing crying. You know, what the F you crying for? I'll give you a little bad A, something to cry about. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Parents that curse at their kids, to me, need to get punched in the face. Period. There is no reason to curse at a child. Not a child. I think that will traumatize the kid. And then the one time that kid decides to cuss back at you, oh, you being disrespectful. Oh, you think you grown? You've been cussing at me my whole life. And now that I'm squaring up against you, I'm wrong. But you have never respected me my whole life. And yes, kids, when they're born, their life begins. So they do have a whole life at 12. Right. You've been cussing at me since I was a little kid. And now that I cuss back at you, or like when if I say a curse word, you know, you don't be cussing. You think you grown. You cuss every day, all day, in front of me, around me, behind me, before me. But I let one curse word slip out, and now I'm getting popped in the mouth because I'm not grown. I think that right there is a double standard that parents, a lot of parents that cuss at their kids, they need to step back and rethink why they're doing that. Period. You know, I'm just saying it's unnecessary. And I think it's embarrassing. I see it happen in the grocery store all the time. You know, don't you ask for shit? You ain't getting shit. Don't put shit down. Man, you can't just say no. You can't have that right now. Why you got to cuss at them? You know, did your mom cuss at you?
Oh, yeah. She's a gangster. Did your mom curse at you?
No. To this day, I've never heard my mom curse.
My mother was a sailor.
To this day, my mother, no. Anybody out there whose parent cursed at you, and you are comfortable sharing, and your mama gonna own up to it, please feel free to share. How did that make you feel as a child with your parent cursing at you? How did that affect you?
I don't remember.
But you know she cursed.
Yeah, I knew she cursed.
Did it bother you?
I don't think it bothered me because that was just, go get your ass in the bed.
Yeah. See, yeah. I wasn't privy to that. The one adult that cursed at me when I was a child, I don't think I ever told my mother this.
She's watching.
I never told her this. The one adult that cursed, I'm not gonna say who the adult was, but this adult was watching me when I was a kid, and this adult cursed at me when I was little, and it traumatized me, and I never want to be around that adult again. Ever in my life. But I couldn't say nothing, but every time I went around that adult, I was always nervous and terrified and scared. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it on social media. If my mother texts me right now, I'll let her know. But
your phone's going off.
This person cursed at me, and it traumatized me, and I never want to be around that person ever again because I didn't understand that. I was like, why are you cursing at me? I can't curse back at you. You know, I'm a kid. Why would you talk to me like that? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let me see. I'm trying to see how, because some of these just say Facebook. You know, Facebook not allowing me to access my Facebook. I'm just so mad. I'm just so mad. The issue is how the parent was raised. They can only raise how they were raised.
Not true.
And then Kwame said, yeah, Real Kwame commented. I'm sorry.
Nah, Eddie, that's an excuse. Some people use to continue generational curses and traumas.
I think cursing at kids is a scapegoat because you don't know how to communicate. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me because I don't curse at little kids because I see little kids as I don't see them deserving of a curse word. And I think the people that cursed at their kids when the kids were growing up, it's like, did you just not have the time or the patience to have a conversation with your child? Or you just that frustrated with being a parent that you have to talk to your kid like they one of your club buddies? I don't know what that's about. But yeah, but apparently you came out fine. You were beaten and cursed at. So you turned out just fine, Dana.
My mom gonna watch this.
Yeah,
and call you.
According to you, you was beat, cursed out. I mean, and you came out just fine.
Cursed out.
Yeah, Tay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I don't know. That was just my thing. So at the end of the day, do we think that this?
My mom's a wonderful lady.
She is. She's a wonderful lady.
Thing.
She raised four men on her own. She did what she had to do. She did it how she knew how.
And we all good money.
She did it how she knew how. She did it the best way she knew how. But I do think that there are other ways to rear a child outside of the physical abuse and outside of the cursing. And you might not call it physical abuse, but the physical form of discipline or spoil the rod, spare the rod, spoil the child, that kind of biblical misteaching about rearing your young one. So that's just my thing. That's just my thing.
Well, again, we like Kwame said earlier, we're in a different day and time now. So
okay, Christine said we did a good job. What you trying to say, Christine? I'm not judging anybody's parenting skills. If you got your kids over the hump, and however you got them over the hump and it worked on the other side, so be it.
We still here.
Yeah,
because I know I have friends that are younger than me, that were way younger than me, that aren't here right now. So because of the choices that they made for not listening to their parents.
That's a choice that they made. Yeah. Whether the parent curses them or not curses them, they're gonna make their own choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But if they were guided right, they would have made those choices. Yeah, cursed out more, stabbed, any of that.
So Kwame said it's interesting that those parents cussing at children got mad at the child for responding in an adult manner. You're teaching the child how to talk like an adult, so the child is talking in a language that you know. You cussing at the kid cuss at you back. Well, the kid is only using the verbiage that you use, so they're like, I'm gonna talk to you like you're talking to me. They match in energy. So it's like they're giving you what you give them, and then they get beat more because they're using the words that you taught them how to use.
And Timmy's, I'm gonna say this because Timmy's a little slickster. He snuck a joke in on me because he wanted to curse, and I had to laugh. Mm-hmm. He said, "Dad, is Amsterdam a word?" I said, "Yeah, that's a city somewhere, Amsterdam." He said, "Is Rotterdam a word?" Mm-hmm. I said, "Yeah." I said, it's a place somewhere. I said, well, "Why are you asking us?" He said, "Because I wanted to use one of those in a sentence because some little girls messing with me at school." I said, "Well, how could that don't even go together?" He was like, "Well, this girl's messing with me at school and she always chew and eat candy. So I hope it Rotterdam teeth out." So all I could do was laugh.
This is toothless Timmy.
Right. That came from my baby.
Yeah.
So I told him it was a regular word.
It is a word. He's using it out of context, but it's a regular word.
Oh my God. My God.
That's Timmy, y'all.
That's Timmy, y'all.
That's Timmy. That's Timmy. And I'm not surprised. And I think, and Kwame, thank you for that. Yeah, I'm not judging, but it's important to move the needle to better raising our village kids. I think it's important because a lot of that, I do think that we use and I'm just gonna say in the Black community, we use the rod a little bit more than necessary. We use the rod often, and it's like, I get that you want your child to obey. I get that you want your child to listen. You want your child to stop touching the stove because it's hot. But do you have to beat your child into submission? And I think that's when I have a problem, when I see the continual beating, but then parents want to say, I don't abuse my child. I'm raising him to be a man, or I'm raising her not to be no fast tail gal. So you're beating her and you're beating him into submission. And it's like, where did that come from?
I think
sounds like white supremacy and slavery.
Right, yeah, it comes from that. Yeah.
That's plantation. Yeah. That's plantation rearing. And it's like, if we can't get to the point we can just sit our child down and have an honest conversation, then what you laughing at? What happened?
Christine, you just tired now. She said, I don't beat my grands.
I don't treat my grands the same.
Did she say I don't treat?
I don't treat.
Oh, I thought that said beat my grands. That's far away. It looked like I don't beat my grands the same way.
I was making such a solid point. Solid
Christine.
Ben Childs over there on YouTube said the rod becomes a go-to due to the frequency of a repeat offense or the lack of outsmarting the youngin comes to a realization. So the rod becomes a go-to to the frequency of a repeat offense. Okay, so yeah. Now listen,
that's
I
earlier.
told you 10 times, to stop drinking all the milk or stop putting the container back in the refrigerator. You making a choice not to do what I'm asking you to do.
Yeah, they acting like you're not no doctor.
Yeah. So Ben also said nowadays children are immune to physical chastisement. So you think they used to it,
no,
Ben?
They can call the cops on you now. Back in the day, my mother said, call the cops. I'll whoop their ass too. My mom's a gangster, dog.
Joe McClain said, man, the worst puncher back in the day was my granny making me sit by the window in the summer and watching my friends outside the park. Thank you, Joe. That right there, that right there, that will get you together because you'll rethink your decisions.
My cousin
you rethink your decisions.
When they used to get in trouble in the summertime, my aunt would call them in the house and flat iron their hair.
Oh, in the heat. I
hope they watch it. My cousins back east, they would have to come in the house and get their hair with the hot comb on the oven in the summertime.
Pressed. You said flat iron. Pressed.
Right. It wasn't a flat iron back then.
At
noon, when the sun is at its peak.
But that teaches you a lesson, and it's really not, and it's not physical. It's leaving no marks.
Oh, it is physical. You get burned.
But I'm looking at Joe sitting right there in the window, looking outside at all his friends playing. And he's sitting right there, and Nana is watching all my children. One life to live. She going about her business. You sit right there and rethink your decisions.
That's what Joe came up with some of his best poems.
Right. That right there, I think that is a wise way to get a child to sit and think. Because you were sitting there thinking about it like, okay, yeah, I made a mistake because I could be outside, but Nana got me.
Look what Ben said.
When beatings are frequent, the skin hardens. Right.
Look at
Joe. Look at Joe. They having fun. So Ben is basically saying when the kids keep getting beat, it's like the belt don't hurt no more. And that's think slavery. You keep putting somebody in the same spot. After a while, that don't even hurt. It's like I done been hit there so many times, it don't hurt.
You ever try to grab that belt?
So it don't hurt. You try to grab the belt and whatnot.
Hit with the buckle. Oh my God.
That's physical abuse.
No, it's not.
That's physical abuse. So I don't know. So we went back and forth on this. Dana does not seem to be anti, physical chastisement. I am anti. I can't see myself, especially at 50, and looking at my 50? Yeah, and I own it. Looking at my god kids, I can't see myself actually whooping my god kids. I just Addison and Adonis. I can't see myself. I can see myself talking to them or having some strong words with them, not cursing at them, but I can't see myself like.
Okay,
really
but try this one. Try this one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't curse at them, but with all of this social media and all of this stuff. And they see little Hunter on the internet saying, "Get out of my room! It's all your damn fault!" and slams the door in your face. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna sit and talk to them and let them know they're not Hunter.
Oh my God, please, Kwame, give me something.
I'm not gonna beat them.
Get the hell out of here! It's all your fault.
I'm not.
F you, Dad.
I'm not gonna beat them.
F you, Dad. Hey, give me your car keys. I'm taking your car tonight, you punk.
I'm gonna sit with them. I'm gonna punk.
See, there it is. There it is.
No, I would sit with them and.
But with social media, the kids see this.
I would try to get them to understand why they feel they can talk to me that way. I'm gonna get to the root person, but that's the doctor in me. I'm gonna research and get to the root. Like, why do you feel you could talk to me that way?
And they continue to do it.
And I'm gonna keep talking to them. I'm gonna out talk a kid. I'm going to outsmart a kid. I'm not gonna resort to violence. I am smarter than a kid.
And they just keep coming at
and
you
and we gonna sit there.
I'm gonna go home and try this one on Dad today.
And we gonna sit there and I'm gonna tire them out like Joe sat in that windowsill. I'll be sitting right there while they sitting there like, okay, well, keep explaining to me. Make it make sense. In the words of Eddie Eason, make it make sense.
And do they say F you and walk away?
No, they're not walking away because we're in the room together.
Okay, they F you, open the door. I don't have to listen to this.
The mere fact that I have allowed this child to get to this point of comfort with me, that means I was not attentive for a long time. Because ain't no way no child is gonna come out the clear blue and just start cussing me out.
I said with social media now.
What I'm saying is
they see this stuff and they go home and do it.
They see it, but it's going to be some levels to this. Do you think
not really?
You think Timmy gonna come home one day and just cuss you completely
He
out?
ain't gonna not with me.
Because why? Because
you already done
because
put
you
the fear of God in it.
Exactly. So
I don't put the fear of God in it.
So my God kids will know what they can do with their God daddy versus what they can do with them other ones that may be watching them. They will know where the buck stops with me because
I have to give them a look.
Did you have a look? Oh, your mother just beat you. My mother had a look.
That's what I'm saying. A look is not intimidating.
I'm just saying. Come on, Dana. A look versus actual punching a kid in the chest.
So they gonna say, I don't know what you're looking at me like that for. You ain't gonna do shit.
Okay.
I'm doing what you do to me.
Okay. What I'm saying, I don't know what kids you done when hatched out the field. All of a sudden they become Damien. Out the clear blue.
Those two God kids are yours.
Out the clear blue.
On Twitch, Twitter, all that.
And secondly, you don't monitor what your kids watch on social media.
Yes. But we're not around them 24/7.
We not. Well, here you got a conniving Rotterdam. You got a little conniving child. You know, so
thank you, Iyanla.
No, rooting for me.
She not. No, she got on lime green.
You're an old gutter snipe. Not on my watch, Dana. These kids are not going to talk to me any old kind of way. But I'm not going to resort.
But what if they try you?
Then we will have a conversation. But what I'm not going to do is try throwing blows.
No, I know you're not. But you said at some point.
Okay, I'm 50. By the time these two little kids get to the mindset to think they can challenge me, I'm going to be 60.
And you're going to hit with your cane.
I'm not going to have the energy. I'm not gonna have the energy to be fighting no kid. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that with no kid.
So you're gonna just put them out?
If they go home to their mama.
See, look,
they go to their mama. If they think they that grown and can disrespect.
That's right, Joe Bullet.
Then they go home to their mama. Period. If they think they're that grown, then all the rights and privileges that comes with being my godchild has now been revoked. You go home to your mama and you let the other godparents have their way with you because I'm out. I ain't gotta beat you. I can ruin your life in other ways. I'm not gonna beat you. I'm not gonna cuss you out. You just have no more access to the wallet. Who won? Since you grown,
pay this light bill.
Since you grown, since you think you grown, I don't have to beat you. I ain't gotta cuss you out. I can I'm a punk. I'm a this. I'm a that.
Right.
Okay, I'll be that with all of my money. I'll be that. Go home to your mama. I'll be that. I'm not arguing with no kid. I'm not fighting no child.
Get out of here, you old man.
Yeah. Then here I am at 60. Now I'm in court. Man, please. Spent all this on these degrees and whatnot to end my latter years in court because I done choked out some kid.
Oh, hold on. What you did? What?
Because I choked out some kid. Yeah, I have restraint. I look at what's on the line.
That's your last resort.
I have more to lose than this child.
So that's your last resort.
I have more to lose than this child. Can you just see that now across the newspaper? Dr. Dante Marcel Morrison, owner of a school in Africa, in jail for beating kids, for choking out his grandchild, for calling him a punk. All the work I done did my whole life, you call me a punk. Now I done wrap my cane around your neck, and I'm in jail. I'm in court. Man, you better, man, please. You better know. You got to, like Kenny Rogers said, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And I am not about to lose all I got because
Lavelle, the whole day.
Right, because I done bashed some child in his mouth for disrespecting me. No, you go home to your mama. Go home to your mama. Let her deal with you. Since you so grown, let her deal with you. Get out my house. Get out. Get out. Nothing is left to you.
Right.
You have nothing.
No, make them leave with nothing on.
Yeah, get out.
Just lock them on the porch and they draw.
Get out, right? Get out. So
that's
where I'm at with it. I just think that we got to be more creative in how we get our kids' attention. I love what Joe's grandma did. You sit right here and you look outside and rethink your decisions. Here's a book and a pen.
But that was his grandmother. That wasn't his mama.
Write a poem.
His mama was his butt.
Write a poem. And I think that's smart. I think it's smart.
Grandparents were more softer though.
No, grandparents have a low threshold. Grandparents don't tolerate. They don't tolerate. I think parents tolerate. People think grandparents, tolerate more. Grandparents have a very low threshold because they know they can send that child back home. They can send it back home.
Yeah.
So the kids will come and they won't act out in front of their grandparents. They know grandparents got a low threshold. Grandparents got the money. So let me act right for the Nana. Because if Nana send me home,
Big mama.
I'm going home giftless. I'm going home with nothing. So I got to be an angel over here. And the grandparents looking at their kids like, I don't know why she's so bad with you. Because when she comes to my house, she respects the plastic on the couch. She do everything in my house, baby.
She don't mess with the balls in the closet.
She don't mess with nothing. But when she get with you, she just act a fool.
Yee.
So right, Sharita, grandparents don't have to tolerate it.
They can send them home.
I guarantee the minute Sharita granddaughters act up, they going home to their parents. Get out. Come get your kids. All of them. They on the porch. They on the porch. They on the porch.
I done pulled off.
Yeah, they on the porch. Yeah.
Don't you see them on the ring?
Yeah, they on the porch. Right. I done went to the movies. Yeah, they on the porch. Go get them quick. The sun's setting. So I guarantee you they're on the porch. But that's just me. So, all right, y'all. That concludes our Monday night edition of the Donta Show. We thank y'all for joining us on tonight. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Make sure to follow us on YouTube. It's actually free. YouTube.com/Donta Morrison. YouTube.com/Donta Morrison. Hit that subscribe button. Be a part of the village. When you're part of the village, guess what? You'll be notified every single time we go live. You will not miss an episode. And while you're there, check out some of the past shows that we've had. Also, follow me on Instagram at Donta_Morrison. What's your IG, Dana?
At DNA716 on the Instagram. I hate when people say on the Instagram.
Yeah, on the Instagram at DNA716. Village, we love you. We appreciate you. West Coast love all day, all night. Thank y'all so much for rolling with us, rocking with us, watching us, tuning in, and all that. Listen, parents, real talk. We laughed at the end, but on the real, the next time your kid pushes your button, stand there, take a deep breath, like really. Okay, how do I
push them down the stairs?
How do I handle this? Does my child have the ability to understand this conversation I'm about to give them? Can I find a better way to talk to my child to make my child understand why I'm irritated, why I'm frustrated, why I'm angry? Just think about your response. Don't go back to, well, my mom used to beat me. No, maybe your kids deserve something different. Maybe your kids did not, I'm not going to say deserve something better. Maybe your kids deserve a new approach. I know we can't stop the lady in the grocery store that's always cussing her kids out, but let that be a reminder that there's some kids out there right now getting cussed at by their parents, the person that has been put in charge to love them, the person that kid trusts. We got to find a better way of rearing our children.
And before we go, that being said, remember to spread love.
Instead of spreading lies. You can't just throw it on me. I don't have the voice.
You got it. Ready? Here we go. And action. Spread love.
Instead of spreading lies.
You okay?
That's all I got.
You just sound like you.
That's it.
You sharded over there a little bit when you hit that one.
I Peloton today, so I'm tired. I Peloton right before the show. I think got my win back. Instead of spreading lies, yeah. Yeah. So thank y'all. I will see you tomorrow night right here, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to tell a friend, share the news, and also go to my page and check out that article about what's going on in Chicago because they have lost their minds. So go to my page, Donta Morrison on Facebook. Check out what I posted about Chicago and get in the know. All right. We love y'all. Ben,
we love
Sharita,
y'all. Thanks, Ben.
Thank y'all for watching over there on the YouTube. Everybody else on YouTube, we thank y'all. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.
Peace.
My shit. Yeah, my shit. Yeah, see.
Good night. That dude.